Alright. I know I'm gonna be repeating some of the stuff I said in other videos, but I need to explain to people why capitalism now is being exposed. It's not working for us. There's too much corruption. Big corporations that are bigger than our government, more powerful than our government, pretty much can do whatever they want because they're not beholden to a country. So capitalism does not work long term whenever, if you have a country, you can't keep control over what's going on, because if you're a capitalist system, the corporations tend to grow bigger and buy you out and form corruption alliances and everything else. So basically because people are corrupt. After this Donald Trump and whatever comes after that bullshit, there's going to be a civil war in the United States. It's going to be war all over. I do still believe that Iran's going to do a preemptive strike. I do believe Israel is going to do a preemptive strike on Iran because the price of oil is zero. It's cheap. And that's no good because a lot of power hungry people rely on that for a revenue, So if oil doesn't go up in price, they're going to have to make it so it does, and that would mean a war in the Middle East, destabilize it, make scarcity so the price goes up. I do believe Israel will do a preemptive strike on Iran. Basically because I believe Israel, they're looking for a war. Netanyahu, he's so corrupt, and they want a war because they want a war so somebody blows the hell out of the temple on the mound, the Muslim temple, and they want that to go away so they can build their Jewish temple. And they think that by doing this they're going to bring about the end of the world. Well, not the end of the world, but the end of them they will bring about. See, they think they're God's chosen people. Well, God never picked favorites amongst any of us because we are all equal, whether you like it or not, and that includes you aliens. Some you might be smarter, quicker thinking, and all this other stuff, but when it all comes down to it, we all have to be equals. Because class systems, they do not work unless you believe in oppressing people. And I do not believe in oppressing people. Oh, and yeah. A lot of other people don't believe in oppressing people. A lot of other people don't believe in slavery either. And to the I think it's the Jews with the funny hats and the curls going down the sides of their heads that go by the Talmud or whatever the hell you guys think, and you actually believe that you're God's chosen people and everyone else on this entire planet is your slaves, your chatter, whatever you call us. you are wrong, and the reptile aliens that have been your masters or whatever, their reign is coming to an end very soon. The Earth, there's so many conflicting stories. I heard, like, because of all the suffering that the Americans did to the Native American Indians in this country, the Native American Indians did this, like, big curse, okay? Well, this kind of stuff takes a long time to come about. It doesn't just happen like boom, overnight. No, it takes a long time. And supposedly dogmen and giants and leprechauns and all kinds of stuff are going to start coming out of the woodwork later on, probably a couple years from now, after the wars and everything else. There's going to be disclosure about, the different alien races that are on this earth and living in the earth, and the ones who are in supposedly control of us and think of us as slave and food. Or there's other aliens that just use us for genetic whatever. Supposedly there's going to be there's going to be a solar event. And those of us who are of the right mind can, what they say, be ascended into godlike beings. And me, myself, I'm going to try and prepare the best I can to be one of these beings, because I see so much wrong in the world, so much corruption, that things need to be set right. There's an imbalance in the universe, and it's getting worse. I really don't know how to start this, but the government that I would like to see evolve will be what I call a social democracy, where everyone, human, alien, whatever you are, whatever life form, we are all equal. Everyone has a say, everyone has a vote. There can be businesses, but there will be no secrets. No secret societies. There will be kind of a banking system, but there's not going to be any, like, banking system like we got today, where people hoard money and enslave others through debt. That's all going to go. There is no free lunch anymore when this happens. Everyone will be responsible for themselves and responsible for your children, the way it should be. No, you cannot. If you have a weapon, like, let's say an AK-47, and you live in an apartment building, no, that's not going to work, because your bullets can go through the walls and into your neighbor's houses. So no. And if you need an AK-47 to protect yourself, there's something wrong with the security in your area, and that will be all dealt with. So there'll be no need for those types of extreme weapons, because there should not be any crime, no stealing, no nothing like that, because everything will be provided. Everybody will work for it, and there will be security forces because there's going to be people out there that don't agree with the system and want to take us out and want to take our shit, and that ain't going to happen. But this new system we're going to build smart, like our electric grid now. Hello YouTube. This is me, Brian Keyswell, yet again. I'm going to summarize what I've been saying in the past. Donald Trump is in office, yes. The good that Donald Trump will do for the United States is he's going to expose the deep state, the secret UFO stuff, all the corporations that have been running and doing experiments on us, and the aliens and all that. Downside of Donald Trump, Donald Trump is, well, Donald Trump, he has all these people convinced that he's draining the swamp. No, he's not draining the swamp. He's filling it in, and he wants to be pretty much a dictator. So maybe you want a dictator. I personally don't. Now what's going on with these riots and all this other crap, coronavirus and all that? Now with the riots, yep, people have a right to be mad because the police have been not only killing and beating black people. They beat the shit out of me and tased me. Yeah, the police at this point in time, yeah, they do single out black people and brown people, and racist or not, there's a lot of white people in the ghetto that are no fucking good. There's a lot of black people in the ghetto that are no fucking good either, because they've been raised wrong. Yep, they're all about getting stuff and not giving, and they don't give a crap about anything. Okay, so enough about that. But what they're trying to do is, there's these group of white supremacists in the United States, and they will infiltrate with these rioters, and they know that if they run out there and pop some windows, that the bad element in the black community and in the white community will run in there and take shit and just act like animals. So they are doing this for a reason, to make you hate them, because they kind of want to start a race war. So it's not going to be pretty. People are going to pick sides, and that's what happens. See, we have to rise above this bullshit, all this minutia. With yes, there are good, upstanding black people, and there are good, upstanding white people, and there are some fucking bad, evil motherfucking white people who are fucking sly and will stab you in the back and all this shit. And there's black people in the hood. They're out for themselves. They're like animals. It's the way that they've been raised, because their family structure has been broken and destroyed. Okay, so I don't want to go on, these old racial divides. Okay, there's enough bad people to go around, so they're going to want you to pick a side. either you're with the protesters, or you're with law enforcement and all that. Well, law enforcement is been corrupted. I know it's Pennsylvania police. There are good state troopers. There are good PA state police officers, but there are also a lot of bad ones. And what happens is sometimes bad troopers do bad things, and then their buddies cover it up. And sometimes good troopers might be pushed into doing something bad, and then they got them, and they'll cover it up and, you know, blackmail them with that. So this kind of crap all has to end. This secret societies and all this bull baloney, it's got to go out the freaking window, because it's not good for anyone, period. I know this personally because I've had my share of things happen to me, and I had the state police, basically state police and others follow me my whole entire life, and they just wait for weak moments in my life to swoop down and do bad shit to me. But you know, that's on another topic. Now, what the state police and the regular police don't realize, see, they're going to be thrown out there, and they're going to be facing people that are just pissed off. They're like, fuck the police, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to get in your face, and they're going to attack you, and you're going to retaliate, okay? And both sides are going to be wrong, and it's not going to look good at all. And that's when Donald Trump's going to pull out the troops, okay? Once Donald Trump pulls out the troops and declares martial law, all the popo and the police, guess what? We don't need you anymore. Because they're going to say you're part of the problem. And some of these police are going to be killed in the riots to come. And the super elites that plan this stuff out, I think they refer to it as sharpening the blade. So every time a cop gets stuffed out, it's like when the stone goes across, sharpen the blade and little sparks. Yeah, that's what they consider the dead police. Yeah. So they don't care. They'll sacrifice anybody to move their agenda along, and going to move the military in, and then the police will be out of a job, and some of them ain't gonna like it, because some of them are like, hey, motherfucker, yeah, we're corrupt, but we're large and in charge, and the military is gonna go, we're neutral in this, and shut the fuck up and get in your fucking house. And there's gonna be a lot of shit happen. Eventually, Donald Trump will be literally dragged out of office. Now, he's doing something with this Space Force that they're saying, which is okay. But it's okay because it's going to expose a lot of stuff. But I don't think he's doing it for the right reasons, okay? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not the one to say, but what I do know is we've been lied to about a whole lot of stuff. We've been kept in the dark about a whole lot of stuff. There's been a lot of experiments done to pretty much everyone on the fucking planet, and it's like an open air prison. We're all slaves and we just don't realize it. And this has been coming for a long time, and it's finally come to a head because people are starting to realize, and people are the strong are either going to turn evil or you can be good and try to, like me, I'm going to try to save and coddle people that I think are worth saving. I don't know what everyone's going to do, but I cannot save the world. I'm only one person, and right now I got a lot of bad people. Yeah, looking at me. So I'm just putting this out as a warning. Get ready, because there's a lot of weird shit coming down. Israel will still do some preemptive strike on Iran and start that war. We'll be drug into it. And eventually Donald Trump will be drug out of office. I'm pretty sure Donald Trump's going to win re-election. Supposedly he wins re-election and he does more kooky shit, and finally he does like some kind of coup thing where he's going to try to take over. And that's whenever they drag him out of office, and that's when he exposes all this stuff. So Donald Trump, he's like good and bad. But a lot of the GOP and this Fox News, they are feeding the fire for the right wing. They're just feeding propaganda to get people mad and hate protesters. And the left is, the super left is doing everything they can to make you hate the police. And looting and robbing, new. That's new. That's a new. Okay? That's a new. But these anarchists and people are mixed up in with them, with the protesters. They're going to do everything they're in power to start a civil war in this country. So it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be good, but we will all make it out on the other side. The coronavirus is going to go bad because people are going to be out there protesting, mingling, and cops are going to be out there, and people are going to be going to hospitals and getting exposed to it, and there's going to be coronavirus coming back. So, and it's going to hit the minorities a lot more because they're going to be the ones out there in the action doing whatever. It's going to hurt some white people and stuff like that. And then the conservative white people who stay in their houses, yeah, they're not going to be affected by it, but it's gonna, we're in for some rough weather, people. So I do foresee at least two thermonuclear devices going off between now and, let's say, 2025. And I believe Israel is going to be one, and one's going to be like a, it's going to be a black flag. It's going to be like a dirty bomb, and it's going to be blamed on Iran or some kind of terrorist. And that's what's going to, I think Israel's going to use it, do to themselves or whatever. But it's not looking good, and the world is controlled by these reptile snake people, and well, the world's controlled by a lot of different factions, let's put it that way, and now they're all fighting for it. And from I understand, now I'm not a Nazi or anything like that, but from I understand, the Jews with the funny hat and the curls down the side, apparently they actually believe that they're God's chosen people and we are all their slaves. So, sorry, I'm not a slave. I don't belong to you or anyone else. I belong to myself, and God never picked favorites, nor did he hand out any land to anybody. So, and it's kind of funny how they wrote the Old Testament anyway, and it's a bunch of fucking stories that they stole from other people. So, that's another one to talk about. But the Nazis did, some of them did escape Earth and all this fun stuff, and they're coming back. Now, they supposedly made a deal with reptilian race, but they say it's an evil reptilian race, but you know what? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Maybe those reptiles are harsh and mean, but they're doing it because they don't like the other ones, you know. And supposedly Hitler's trying to do something with the Jews to make, I think it's something with the royal family and the Rothschilds, yeah. Because they're like king of the Jews back then, yeah, king of the Jews. It's a weird thing because it was like in 1930, Great Britain was getting ready to pass a law saying that Jews could not own land, but that put a kibosh on that. So even back then, people didn't like a lot of the Jewish practices because some really believed that they were better than everyone, and they did hoard money, and that's how they try to control shit. You hoard the money, you own the banks, and then you control people. But don't want to go on and on. Jesus kind of said, you know, told them a long time ago, because Jesus was apparently a Jew, and then he told them, you know, get your mitts out of the money, but they didn't listen. So, because they know money controls. So, yeah, apparently they didn't listen to him either. So, I know there's a lot of good Jewish people out there, and I know there's a lot of bad Jewish people out there, but I want you to pick your sides, and you know what? I'm going to fight for myself, and I will fight for the good people that I know. That's it.